as of yet, they are not our enemies, but they are not our friends. We need to give them an opportunity to do the right thing, and we need to maintain a seat at the table and encourage them and use our influence to help them do the right thing.
I think that the solution is that we need to elect Mitt Romney in November. And we need a new State Department with new policies that don't apologize. His book is called No Apologies. We are Americans, we have ideals, and those ideals include freedom and respect.
I will not vote to repeal the Affordable Care Act. I support the Affordable
Great question. I will vote to repeal Obamacare in its entirety. I fully support marriage as being between one man and one woman. To the extent we can, I think we absolutely have to protect marriage.
I don't believe that the government has any more business in our bedrooms than it does in our churches or our gun safes.
He mentioned the fair tax earlier. I'll take that up for a second. He said a 30% tax on the sale of all goods. What he doesn't understand is the fair tax repeals the 16th Amendment. There will be no income tax, no corporate taxes, no payroll taxes, no taxes on capital gains, no taxes on dividends, no taxes on interest, and ultimately the cost of every good we buy, John, comes from, or the cost of every good we buy has embedded in there all those taxes. So if we repeal all these taxes, then the price of everything we buy goes down and we can afford a tax on the sale of goods. The interesting thing is, I don't for one second believe that you don't understand the fair tax. I believe you do understand it. I believe you're being dishonest about what it is because it's good for your political expediency.
Right now, what Secretary Panetta and what the Joint Chiefs of Staff are recommending as far as manning levels are appropriate, and the President has approved those measures.
Sequestration is a disaster for our country. We're cutting $600 billion from the Department of Defense across the board over 10 years. Leon Panetta, who is extremely liberal in the House of Representatives, not a defense hawk in any capacity, is saying that this is hollowing out our budget, or hollowing out our defense. The President can end this. He can end it tomorrow. He's not doing it. You voted for him. You're going to vote for him again. We need to elect Mitt Romney. Okay, so let's talk about the Nat Gas Act, which my opponent supports, as well as Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama. And interestingly, it was filibustered by Jim Inhofe in the U.S. Senate. Here's what it is. It's a tax on natural gas, and then we use that tax to subsidize the conversion of vehicles to natural gas. Now, if you believe that the tax code should be used to manipulate human behavior, then you should be for the Nat Gas Act. If you believe that the tax code shouldn't be used to manipulate human behavior or to pick winners and losers in a market that should be free, then you shouldn't be for the Nat Gas Act. The economy going, we have to put in place a plan to balance the budget, and it doesn't have to be immediately. It needs to be over 5 years, 10 years. Whatever plan we come up with, we have to balance the budget, and in that process, interest rates will be low. People will invest in American Treasury securities because they're going to have confidence in the future, and when they invest in those American Treasury securities, we'll be able to fund the government.
We absolutely do need to get the deficit under control. That's absolutely true. But we need to do it with spending cuts and with revenue increases. And it's the Tea Party that created the instability that's causing this whole mess, not the debt.